Kevin, we're out here in Monsey by ValuClean Cleaners. This is not a cleaner, this is a factory. Let's go inside this massive cleaners factory and let's meet the one and only Ben. How you doing?
Hey, Kyle, how are you? Welcome to ValuClean.
ValuClean. This is like I said, this is a factory here. This is massive. So let me hear a little of the story. I have lots of friends in Monsey and they all tell me, Chaim, ValuClean is the number one place, the number one trusted place when it comes to cleaning garments. How did you earn that name of being the number one trusted cleaners in Monsey?
So I think it's best that we start off. Let me take you outside. Let me show you how we get started from the customer's door, and then I'll walk you through the process.
So you're gonna take me through the process now?
Take you through the process from the customer's door, and we'll make it all the way back to their door.
So let's go, Kevin. Let's go for a pickup.
So here we go, Chaim. Look, this is a customer of ours that agreed to have us visit him today.
And so you put a bag out, laundry?
So this is how the customer can literally put it in any bag at the door.
There we go. So your van is pulling up right now. So wow, I like it. So it pulls up and the whole house gets excited when they come.
I heard someone, sometimes you hear them running through the door.
Laundry's coming. Or laundry's going. Let's see how this works. There he comes.
How do we take this back to the shop and we know who it belongs to? That's one of the coolest parts of our process. So you see the driver has a special ValuClean bag. The bag has a little barcode on top of it. He knows which stop he's at. He's going to take this bag, put it inside the bag, close it up tight so nothing comes out of it. Then he's going to take the phone with the app, scan that barcode, and now we know.
Can I see that?
Now we know that this bag belongs to this customer.
And now you know that was picked up.
And then we also record a pickup, and actually we send a text to the customer right now.
That was picked up.
That we've just visited you, and we picked up a bag.
That's crazy. So every house has a designated barcoded bag that's designated to this address.
The bag becomes designated when we visit the customer. Once it comes into our process, we scan it, and then we know everything in that bag belongs to that customer.
And that barcode goes along from the beginning till the end?
Until we've opened that bag, yeah.
Until you open the bag. Yeah. And along the process, doesn't...
Yeah, we'll show that when we get there. Wait,
oh, wow.
You gotta see
more
the rest
coming.
Of the
Okay, wow.
Okay, so he just came back from that pickup that we just saw. Thank you. Now let me show you what happens.
So let's go through the process, guys.
Now the magic happens.
The magic happens, guys.
I'll show you how we track everything that we just picked up.
Oh, wow.
So now I'm going to show you how we put this into the system.
So these are all bags that came in before?
These are all bags that came in already with our drivers from earlier today. And here's your bag. And he's going to open it up, and then whatever comes out of the bag, we have it watched. And we see exactly.
Oh my! What do you mean? Everything has a camera on top?
So every basket or every station that comes in, we have a camera on top. This is just to identify.
So he scans
the barcode.
That's the barcode of the bag. So it comes up the address.
So that pulls up the account.
The account comes up.
And
oh, you mean that customer comes up on the screen now?
Yes. And now we look at the individual garments, and that they also have barcodes, separate barcodes of the bag. The bag has one, and then every garment. So he's putting on a barcode right there.
No way, they press a barcode onto the garment.
So heat sealed barcode, we usually put it in a place where the customer doesn't see it. It doesn't affect anything. We'll inspect everything that's inside the bag, smells the pockets. We want to make sure that everything that we get goes back to the customer.
Wow.
If we find something in a pocket or stuff like that, we have a special lost and found system that we send orders back. You see,
that is so
the individual garment, and that once that goes onto that garment, that stays there permanently, and it records the customer's information, the brand, the size, and the color of the garment.
So all the information goes into that barcode.
Once it has that barcode, it's a unique ID to each garment.
That's so cool.
And as it goes into the process, we can track it. And if the garment needs special attention, or it needs a review, it needs a sign off, it needs alterations, anything special that is not through your regular cleaning process, it actually gets a special scan to that step.
That's crazy. Like tailoring.
Tailoring goes to it, which tailor, where it goes.
Everything's in that barcode.
And it does two things. First of all, we know every step how many pieces are there, and we can make sure that they continuously get addressed and taken care of. And also, it also ensures that a garment that needs attention like that doesn't go back to the customer until someone signs off on it.
That's crazy.
So you can see here, we have different hooks, different color bags. Everything that comes in gets sorted out in a way where through the process we know where it's at.
Everything different colors.
Different colors are for our starch levels for the shirts.
Go ahead, culture. Press only shotness.
So we do shotness as well, and we track that as well. So everything with shotness, actually, that's a good example. We scan, when it comes in, we scan it to a step shotness, which means that it needs to be checked for shotness. And the only way it can go back to the customer is if our boy that comes into our store checks it, he signs off on it, and he actually has to scan it shotness complete. So that's the only way.
In that barcode.
The only way someone can go and assemble the order, which means complete the order and bag it out for the customer, is if it's signed off. And every step like that needs a sign off. So it's also designed for my role and our operations team, our customer service team, is that when a customer is inquiring about an order, the status, what's going on, they know exactly at what step it is, which department to reach out to, which person is in charge of making sure that keeps moving on, so we can give it back to the customer.
That's amazing. There's no thing as something getting misplaced. Like
if it's stuck somewhere, then
we gotta track it where it is.
So we know exactly at what point it made it there.
How is it easy for you to track?
So as we start here, everything that happens that has a timestamp for us also has a camera. So right now, this is the marketing department. So when that bag is opened, we know exactly the time that it came in.
So
obviously,
we can check the cameras.
We can check the cameras, what came out of the bag, how things move around, where they go.
So if something falls on the floor, something goes missing, on top of every single cashier, not cashier, what do you, all your
workstation is what we call it.
Workstations, you have a camera which watches exactly what comes out of the bag.
Yes.
That is so super cool.
And we have
very cool colors over here.
Every color means a different type of garment, different type of cleaning. It gets all sorted out, so it goes back that
Crazy.
way.
Ben, so everything in this place is a barcode?
Every garment that comes in from a customer is barcoded.
Here's a kittle.
These are all kittles. Everyone's kittle in one bag because we're going to clean that together. All the tablecloths, the talais, but how do we know who belongs to? Because at any point in time, we can grab one of these, some barcodes. We hide it in the corner, so actually it's taken me a second to find it because we don't want it right here. And actually a fun story about Talaisem is that now the customers know that we track these garments that we know who it belongs to. If you go to a kiddish, which has happened to us multiple times, someone calls in and says, hey, I found the talis, and it has your barcode. Can you tell me who it belongs to? The first time it happened, it was so funny, but it has happened quite often since. And we've helped
a good idea.
We've helped return Talaisem, coats. I called the customer once saying, hey, you lost a coat. She didn't know what I was talking about. She didn't remember. And I'm like, this person called in, they said they found the code from you. And
they sent you a picture of the QR.
They read it to us. I called that customer saying, hey, someone has something that belongs to you. They called and then she called back, thank you so much, because I actually didn't know where I left that code.
That's crazy.
And now I have my code.
Amazing.
So we don't just track it here, but we track it for you even when it's not.
So from here it goes to the cleaners. It goes to the
actual place where we clean. We have facilities that we clean this at. And then once it's completed, then they can scan the same barcode and then that puts that order together. And then it goes back to delivery, which I'll show you how once it reaches delivery, when everything is ready, we scan that again on the way out and it goes back to you.
Ben, before we go further in the process, now that we see how seamless and professional and efficient your company works, who uses you and how does your service work?
So we service a very large customer base that covers many, many different areas and many different customer uses. One very seamless part of our business and we're very convenient service that we offer is a weekly service for customers, which we visit that area and those customers twice a week. And let's say if in Burn area on Monday and Thursday, we'll pick up on Monday, we bring it back on Thursday, and on Thursday they can also put out a bag and they bring it back on Monday. They don't need to text, they don't need to call, it's automatically scheduled. If they want us to skip them, they can say skip us. If they need a special request, they can text. And those are customers that we take care of.
That means like if a mother's overwhelmed,
or if someone works, or someone has a lot of dry cleanable items that they wear. A lot of people wear dresses and skirts and blouses or suits and shirts that they use on a daily basis. Sweaters, those are all dry cleanable garments. They want it to be nice. They want it to look good when they go outside. So they'll send it to ValuClean to take care of that.
That's amazing.
And it's a seamless process. Our customers have said like sometimes they don't even know when or what. They just know they put the bag out and they get it back. And that's how it's designed to be. We have a team that I showed you inside that handles everything and any specialty requests, any garments, from the way they can text the customer care team, to the way it gets passed down to our marketing team, to our production team, to our delivery team. Everything connects, everything is in the system.
So amazing. You have a full team over here. It's really cool.
We have a full team over here that marks in the orders. We have a full team on the phones and text messages that takes care of that. Now over Paisach, that team is double to handle all the requests. And their job is to basically represent the customer to the rest of the company.
What's your second type of customer you have?
So then we also have a service that we call on-demand customers that don't necessarily require cleaning every week. They can just text or call us and say, hey, we have some garments that we want to have clean. Can you come pick it up? And to those customers, we go only when they request us to pick up, and we deliver it as soon as it's ready. So it's not on the schedule, but they demand when we go there. And now over Paisach, because we have a lot of customers that don't usually clean during the year, only look over Paisach. Everybody wants to make sure their Paisach they're ready. That part of our business really scales and grows a lot. The demand there goes up significantly, and it's really why we've designed all these systems. Because during the year it works, for the customers that we have, with the systems, the processes, the team that we've set up, everything that we work for, it really shines on Paisach because we literally go double, triple, and quadruple.
Wow, so you can handle thousands and thousands of customers.
Thousands of stops a day.
Without stuff getting messed up, without a customer standing outside and waiting to get a Paisach for the stuff to show up.
I would say not without, with the expectation that you're going to get the same service that you get all year round. The system and the process is designed so strong, and we've been going at this year after year, and every year that we do this, we learn a little bit more. We find another little area that we need to tighten up, and the team internally here, you can see right now, it's week 2 of the Paisach season. It's quiet, it's calm, everything is working.
Right. Wow, this is a regular day. Unbelievable. So why don't you take me further and see more of your production? From here it goes to the cleaning place, and then from there,
and then it comes to our staging place where all the ready orders will go back to the customer.
Right, let's go. Let's see. So Ben, one you saw them going away from over here before we go to the next step is that nothing gets misplaced, and if somebody has something that says, hey, I didn't get it back, you have a way to track it.
Yes, so this started for me when customers would say, I gave you, let's say, 5 shirts, and I only got back 4 shirts. So back when the systems didn't exist, it was very hard to answer a question. So from us here, we want to make sure that a question like that can be answered very quickly, very easily. So right now we do track that. We know exactly if something, for example, this is a code that is for after Pesach, the customer doesn't need it and we need special time. So instead of rushing on it, we keep it on the side. We know that that's prepared for after Pesach. If the customer calls in, anybody in the system will see right away it's prepared there. This is an alteration. I know exactly where it's at. This needs alteration, and it needs some snaps on it. It's prepared for our alterations department. Everything that comes in, not only the quantity is counted, but also where it goes, who's in charge for it.
Wow. Wow.
So this is where the ready orders go back to the customer.
So it's more like a store, a shirt store, or a suit store, or a gown store, more than a cleaner's. How many pieces of garments do you have in this place now?
Several thousand pieces.
Several thousand pieces.
And this is just everything that came in since Sunday. So there's a lot more.
This is just from Sunday?
This is a lot more coming in here.
Today is Tuesday?
Today's Tuesday, yeah.
Wow.
And we already sent out a lot of deliveries this morning.
This is insane. Look at this camera. Wow. So like you explained to me before, everything is with such a system, nothing gets lost, misplaced.
We don't say the word lost,
right,
because
misplaced.
everything is tracked as we saw it. So the word is misplaced. If we do have to track something, it's very easy to find it, as we saw in the process. But this is where it ends. We already sent out a lot of deliveries this morning.
So you're saying this is several thousand in 2 days?
This is what we have going on at the moment here.
And this is at the beginning of the week?
This is the beginning of the week.
So can you imagine Thursday, Friday?
Yeah.
Oof.
Thursday, Friday, but by Friday morning it's empty. Everything goes out in the morning.
Wow, have a kick. Everything has a name, trackable.
Let me show you how we make a delivery ready.
Let me see.
Carlos, so when the orders are ready to go out, the driver has a manifest that tells him which stops he's taking and where he's going, and then they get sorted out for him and prepared. And then before they go out, we actually scan every invoice on truck, so we know when it leaves the facility.
So he's going out for delivery now?
He's going to scan it on truck, and then the driver's going to take it and take it for delivery.
That is super, super, super cool. Let me see how it works.
So he's going to scan every invoice that goes out. We know that it's on truck now, and then everyone in our team, customer service team, knows when it was scanned on truck.
So right now it goes into your whole team's server.
And if this customer calls in right now, where's my order? I need it. We can tell them it was scanned on truck at this time, and the driver will be there at a certain time.
Wow.
So once it's scanned, you see we actually assign it to the driver, so he knows what he's taking. This is Nelson, this is his rack. He's going to take it into the van, and then we'll see him at the stop where he delivers it. And you see the next part.
Super cool. And I like they have big high vans, so you don't have to, the whole rack goes into the van. How does it work?
No, we load the van, but we have the high tops of these vans because we deal with a lot of long garments, packages,
you have
gowns.
Poles inside?
And you see the rails are designed special for this, and there's enough space at the bottom where we hang it up.
Look at that.
Plans to keep it safe.
Super cool. And he has a GPS now with exact
Now he knows exactly where to go.
All right, let's go follow him.
Let's go follow him.
All right, deliveries.
Now we show the delivery.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
Now everything is clean. It's ready to go. We just picked it up from the depot for us.
Get back, kick. Look at that.
Same idea that we've done until now. When he leaves it at the door, he'll scan every invoice to show that he was here right now.
So he'll actually ring the bell also, just like notify the deliveries here. He scans every single
hook right here. Some customers have a hook. So
really? They have hooks? Because this is so cool.
We scan every invoice at the door, so we know that it was delivered. Scan the invoice.
Let's see how he does it.
And
so he scans every invoice, every piece was given back. Super cool, super cool, super cool.
So now the customer gets the last notification that shows that we visited you and how many pieces we delivered.
That is so cool. Wow, this is amazing, mind blowing. How 2026? How you guys work?
This is why you choose ValuClean.
This is why I choose ValuClean.
From pickup until delivery, we know exactly where your garments are at.
Unreal. Chevre, you blew me, Ben. Wow.
Thank you. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks for coming out. This is a pleasure dealing with you. The phone number again, if somebody wants to.
So the best way to reach us is 845-232-2306. Text is as simple as it gets. If you want to schedule a pickup, you text the word pickup. It's a prompt that will follow, and you can schedule your pickup at the next available time we are at your area. And if you have any questions and any requests, you can also text, and our dedicated team always answers that during business hours as soon as possible.
Wow. Phone number is
845-232-2306.
Chevre, and it's not just Monsey. It's all over.
We do all of Monsey, which is all of Rockland at this point. Pomona. We go all the way up to Tompkins Cove now.
Wow.
And we do also all of Monroe and everything around it.
And new for this year, Lakewood.
We do New Jersey, Teaneck and Englewood. And now for Pesach, we're actually also on Lakewood this year.
It's crazy.
Very exciting.
He's going all the way out to Lakewood, and it's worth it. Chevre. It is worth it. Get yourself cleaned and make sure you have not at Pesach a minute before Shkia, which happened to me in the past. That it came literally a half hour to Shkia before Pesach. This is going to be by you.
ValuClean, our goal is to have it there as soon as possible. We take it, we clean it, and we bring it back to you.
All right.